So as we get closer to September, it's a time of going back to normal. Kids go back to school, parents get their normal schedule, and it's even more exaggerated this year because it's like kind of the marking of if society will go back to normal after the pandemic, because we're kind of in a touch and go where the summertime was all this pent up demand, all these people who were quarantined, locked up in their house for so long. This summer, everyone got out, everyone's trying to cram wasted year. They're trying to cram everything they wanted to do into one summer. And now that some of that energy is burning off, we're approaching a time where people start to talk about going back to college, going back to high school, and saw a lot of people. I've seen them actually in the stores. A lot of people are back in the workforce because I see them getting trained. I see them getting interviewed at the Starbucks, at the gas stations, at the Whole Foods. I see a lot of new hirees because the unemployment benefits are ending in September. So there's a normalcy that is upon us. Good to see you, Amar. Good to see you, Hal. Love to you, man. And good to see you, Adam. Great to see everyone from all over. I know Hal's from Brooklyn. Adam's from Illinois, Michigan. And Amar, I don't know where you're from. Where you from, Amar? But going back to normal is look, will society ever go back to normal, to what it was before the coronavirus? Impossible. Same thing like with 9/11. Could society ever go back to how it was before 9/11 or any other major event, right? So, society always changes. Life always changes. There's things that happen every year, and you just can never go backwards in life. You can only go forward. But I think about tonight, as we get closer and closer to September, not just with the pandemic, but just the normal seasonal change. Uh, oh, Robert, what's up, man? Robert Wells, $4.99 super chat. Robert, thank you, brother. I appreciate that. I appreciate you watching, Robert. That's going to go to good use because I need a new battery. I just had to jump start myself. Love to you, Robert. I appreciate you. Hope you enjoy the videos. Great to have you watching. And thank you for that gracious tip, man. Love to Robert out there. Appreciate you, brother. Amar's from Florida. Oh, yeah. Were you saying North Florida the other day? I think you were saying North Florida. I forgot. Hal says Andre gave up on being first. I think Andre may have stopped being a member, at least for the time. But that's great. Everyone should come and go as they please. No one's under obligation to be here, and I totally get it. And I think Andre's got kids too, so I'm sure he's, look, when you have kids, you deal with a lot more in life. When you're single, you still deal with a lot. When you have kids, it never stops. My mom used to always say, Sam, when you have kids, you never stop worrying. I remember being a kid and getting ready to go back to school. And now as an adult, you face another dynamic, though, when you become an empty nester or when you live alone with no kids. You face the discipline of keeping your mind normal. Because sometimes I think people have so much on their plate that they don't need to take care of themselves because they're so busy. They have to take care of other responsibilities. And so that's why I say a lot of people desire to be like me, single, no pets, no kids, no attachments, no bills. And I'm not going to say it's bad. I love it, you guys know, but it's also a level of discipline to keep yourself in a healthy place because, you have to entertain yourself, occupy yourself, not just to go spend anything, not just go do it. I could, but it's like you could do a lot of things in life, but what do I want to do? What do I need to do? What gets me to where I want to be, But, another part of where we're at, again, seasonally, we're in this back to normal thing, even before the coronavirus. August, September is this like, all right, everyone's kind of getting ready to finish summer. We go back to normal. And like I say, we know it's exaggerated now with the coronavirus, but also with me personally, I look at, do I want to go back now to normal, off the road, back to living in a car? Like I say today, because even when you live on the road out of a car, you still got issues. Today I got a battery. I had to jump start my own battery. I have a little battery jumper pack. So I'm going to have to get that battery replaced tomorrow because that's the second time in a week. I get it tested, but I'm going to get it changed proactively, spend a couple $100. You know, living on the road, charging up all my things, running my car all the time, I only get a year, 2 years out of my batteries. It's true. But so, you know, would it be better if I had a house? Well, guys, look, you already know that I am not at the beginning of my nomadic journey, more towards the end or some evolution. But something new is not necessarily the answer, and a home base may or may not be the answer. I still lean the most towards an RV lot, but we could go new car. But we right now, tomorrow, we're just going to go new battery. But I think about the normal life, because the life I'm living now, I'm in public parks, I'm in Starbucks. I love to be in Starbucks because I don't want to make my own coffee. I like a level of socializing. I like using their bathrooms. I like using the gym for a shower. I would say the public parks kind of wear me out after time, and being on the road wears me out now. Those are the two things that wear me out. So, you know, I think at some point, like, I go back to normal. You know, I go back to after I'm out at Starbucks, after I'm out at the gym, you know, I come back to my home base. I'm at that point. I mean, my other hope for this normalcy is that I think that a lot of people who've bought houses want to buy them. And most people who buy houses, they buy them in the summer seasonally, even before the coronavirus. Because when people go back to school, no one's really in the housing market. You know, the housing market, the strongest months of the year are April through August. Okay, September through March are the slowest months on average. So, you know, as that, I think that's still going to be a normal pattern in society, because we know in America, most states have winters, most people have kids. So, you know, we'll see. I don't have to buy. I don't have to live the normal life where you buy, could rent. You know, 65% of people buy their home. 35% of people rent, at least in the United States of America. I looked up that stat. But, you know, broadcasting live from an all-night gas station has its exhilarating parts, but it wears you out. Because, like, right now it's raining, right? So after I finish this live feed, I got to make sure my car starts. If it doesn't, no problem. I have a jump starter. If you're going to be a nomad living out of your car, buy $100 self jump starting battery kit, you know. And, but just the hustle and bustle kind of wears me out. Robert, 499 Super Chat. Been away for a while, Sam. I've always appreciated the honesty in your content. Thank you. Keep doing you and staying true. Thank you. Go that new battery, my friend. Thank you. And I appreciate it. I will. I'm getting a new battery tomorrow. I'm not even going to play around. Because I was going to get it like 2 days ago when I installed. But I said, I just replaced this battery last year. And it started again. So, but after 2 times, I'm not going to go three strikes. I'm out. I'm just going to get it replaced tomorrow. I'll go to auto. Like, you know, most of the places replace it for you, like Advanced Auto Parts. I'll buy the battery there for like 160 or whatever, and I'll get it replaced. They do it for free installation. So, yeah. So that'll just keep me going until I find the right thing. I mean, right now, I looked at the 55 and older communities, because I like that one, you know, and there's some RV lots that are 55 and older, and I could buy them for under 50 grand. But I'm not 55 and older. So the only way I get around that is if I put my mom on a deed. Do I want to do that? Not really. I kind of want to stay away from entanglements. So if I don't go 55 and older, I'm at like 150 for a home base. I don't want to go over 150 for a home base, because I want to keep my financial freedom. And I don't have to buy. Look, normal doesn't mean you have to buy, even though normally 65% of people in America do buy their house. However, again, what does Dave Ramsey say? If you want to be above average, you can't be normal. So there's a time for everything, and there's a discipline for everything. Um, but I think society it's going to be a big test in the fall. Do we go to hyperinflation? Do we go to more lockdowns, more abnormal, or does inflation start to tamper down? Even though we have the Delta out there, do schools back 100% open? People are getting back to work. I see it out here, guys. I'm out in the world. And so I still lean towards we have a higher probability of continuing to go back to normal than to go back to complete lockdowns and back to stimulus land and all these things. So anything can happen, but the odds, all the data shows us, because even with higher cases, the deaths and the hospitalizations are still low. So, and still going down. And now there's like 70% of the population vaccinated. That's like almost herd immunity pretty much. So I think we're going back to normal. Again, barring some other thing. So patience and discipline, because as we get to normal, more inventory levels increase because more people are working, more goods are being produced. Okay. Interest rates normalize. Now you have another wave of buyers and sellers in the market. And nice and easy. As a nomad, as someone living below their means, I'm living abnormal. I'm living abnormal. I'm living out of my car. Not just that, I'm living with no debt. I'm living with an older car as far as, yeah, look, an older car that has 200,000 miles on it. Not an old car, 5 years. But for someone in my position, most people in my position, they get a new RV. They get a new, and I was the same way. Every 3 years, my normal pattern was either to buy a new car or lease a new car. My normal pattern, okay, was, dump money in this risky investment or do that. Or, you always have to be conscious of your patterns. Your patterns are your habits. Your habits are your life. What's normal for you? See, at the end of every day, is normal going to the liquor store? I see it every day. I see certain people, because down here in Florida, too, they got liquor in the gas stations. I see certain people, part of their normal routine is after work, they go to the gas station, they get their liquor, and look, guys, to each their own. Everyone's got their own thing. But I'm just trying to say, like, what's your normal? What do you go back to? Is there a right or wrong way? Look, if you figured out a healthy way that works for you and you're not hurting anyone, that's your normal. I really don't care how people want to live their life as long as it's not hurting no one. But I want to define, and I want to help. I'm talking this out, so I help you define. That one is, I think society is going continuing, because we've already, guys, if you're a little bit like discouraged, like the world's abnormal, think about where we were August 2020. Everything was still pretty much locked down. Everything. So now, just about everything is open, almost at 100 capacity everywhere. There's some slower international travel. There's some stuff with the mask still. But guys, we're a lot more normal this year than we were last year. Okay. Now, the next thing is seasonality. Schools are going back to normal. That pattern of behavior will go back to normal. And I think inventory house markets will go somewhat to back to normal. Doesn't mean crash, but back to normal. Right now, we're like hyperinflated. I think we're going back to normal. So if we go back to normal, that means I got to be patient a little bit more because I'm being abnormal to create a new normal. See, I could have stayed on my pattern of the normal pattern of life is stay where you're at, where you pretty much grew up or whatever, till you're 65, then retire, live where you want to live, okay, et cetera, right? So I said, well, no, look, I don't want to do that. I want to sell my house before I retire. I want to figure out where I live before I retire. I want to get out of debt, okay? I want to live an abnormal life so I can create a new normal that's above average. You got to break a pattern, set a new pattern. And that's the message tonight. Oh, shit. We're redlining the super chats now. $24.99 is going to the Battery Fund super chat. Brother Sam, thanks for the encouragement. Well, thank you. Oh, Cartoon Mark. I said Cartoon Mark. That's a.k.a. Mark B. from upstate New York. What I want to tell you is if you get a sarcastic comment from your girlfriend, friend, or family member, sarcasm is a seed of disrespect. Don't disrespect them back, but make a mental note. If you're staying in upstate New York to be responsible to someone who's talking to you sarcastically, that's irresponsible to your own dignity and self-love. And so you can respectfully put up a boundary. If someone loves you, they understand it. If they don't love you, it's better you go through the 9 months of extreme pain of separation. But I believe anyone smart enough, like Mark, like Keith, like Hal, like anyone, guys, that we've talked about, Adam, all these people, okay? Anyone smart enough, okay, to be able to work, to be able to function, to be able to care for themselves, they're smart enough, okay, to sell their house before they're at 67, to downsize before they're 67, to change their life, to move from upstate New York this year, okay? Could you do it? Yeah. Is it going to be painful? Pain is what you have to get through to get to a new normal. Okay. And comfort brings you back to the normal you're in. And that's why I always tell you guys, people who take a nap, their comfort creates their normal pattern of waking up late, taking a nap in the afternoon, being up all night, and never enjoying the road trip, never making progress in their life. Because they're in this normal pattern of oversleeping, napping, bad sleep cycle, and it's just this algorithm. It's this pattern, okay? So I don't have the answer for everyone, guys. There's no perfect life, okay? There's no normal life that's going to be magical, but there is a better life, and that's your job to figure out. You're normal, okay? And that's where you take opportunities of extreme upheaval to reset your life. It's true. You have to reset your life because life is constantly changing. You're constantly changing, and some things never change. Okay. And in August, everyone now, this is what never changes. People go, oh yeah, is Mark going back to college? Is this going back? Oh, I can't wait till the fall. I can't wait to put up decorations. And look, guys, that's great. And I always tell you, I like fall, but go visit fall for 2 weeks out of the year and then come back to the warmest state in America, Florida. So I'm thankful for the encouragement and the strength and the courage to upload videos of home bases that are inspiring to all of you. I'm thankful that the Lord has given me freedom not to hoard information for myself. I'm thankful that the Lord is telling me, keep doing the right thing, giving good content, and focusing on self-care, and the rest going to fall in place. Even though I regret maybe not getting this home base, not getting that, doing a couple things that I could have did this better, I'm thankful for the perseverance to show up and to deliver through the grace of God. I'm thankful that I can inspire you in a wholesome way, not in a Tony Robbins way, not in a pastor 10% way, but in a way where I'm empowering you to develop good patterns. Okay. You just, and do what you got to do for you. Okay. That's it. Okay. Live below your means, live where you want. Those who love you understand it. Those who don't, that's a painful part, guys. Again, I lost relationships in my journey of selling my house, relocating my life, uprooting my life. I've lost relationships. I've lost relationships having YouTube. I've gotten death threats having YouTube. I've, had people they're like, well, don't upload about this, don't upload about that. And I understand it. I'm not saying it's wrong. But it's like, what do I want to see? What did I want to see? What helps people? Look, I could take a little bit more risk because I'm single with no pets, no kids. But I want to, look, there was a time in my life where I remember telling the guy, I said, well, one of my dreams may be to go to Florida, totally be a recluse. This was before I had YouTube. And just do whatever I want. I could eat whatever I want, do whatever I want, maybe gain all my weight back, whatever. That's part of moving in a new area. You could totally let yourself go. There's some people, they move to another area so they can do drugs and not be judged. Okay. So guys, I understand life, but I didn't do that. Okay. I could have done it. I could do it right now. But I could play out the scenario of what happens, when you just hide. And I'm not saying you shouldn't protect your privacy. I'm not saying that at all. I'm just saying that your privacy, if you're protecting it, let it be for a wholesome reason. If you're protecting your privacy so you can let yourself go or indulge in drugs or destructive behavior, I'm not even going to judge it because I understand it. I've had same thoughts, not with drugs, but with food and stuff. So, again, no judgment. But I have to say, I don't want to do that. I don't want to go down that road. I don't know if I want to do YouTube forever. But I know that I want to get the most out of my life. I want to be efficient. And as I get older, I don't want to live forever. Okay. I don't know as far as like not on this earth. Okay. I don't know. What the other thing I was thinking about today? We're going to go all live comments, guys. Forgive me because I'm talking now. I was thinking about modern medicine. And I was thinking about, look, when you used to get sick back in the day, there was no modern medicine. There was like religion, and that's why they say like God bless you a lot of times, because like all they could do was pray for you. And I'm not saying modern medicine is all good because there's a lot of corruption there, but don't blast modern medicine when it's relieved a lot of pain physically for people and it's helped them live a better quality of life. And that's what I'm saying. Like, don't get out of balance where you think all pharma is bad, all medical industry is bad. Guys, there's a lot of corruption there, like anything that's big. But there was a lot of corruption in the church. There still is. Okay. There's a lot of corruption in fucking the keto diet. There's a lot of corruption with Alex Jones. Okay. He sells vitamins that aren't even regulated. We don't know what's in them. He was alcoholic. His kids don't talk to him. His wife don't talk to him. So, Jack, 499 Super Chat. You're firing me up. Walk 2 miles this morning. Stay positive. Well, Jack, I love you. And what I can tell you is if the only message you get from my channel is if you have the physical ability to go for a walk, listen to your music, eat healthy, go for a walk, listen to a music, eat healthy. If you do that, you're going to end up in a better place. Bottom line. That's it. That's my whole message. I'm not saying all this grand thing. If you can make going for a walk part of your new normal routine every day, you have improved your life. Period. That being said, thank you. Click that thumbs up. If you're Pat Go in the middle of bear country, smack that bear's ass. Get your bear spray, okay? And tell your ungrateful husband, never call me cheese tits again, okay? Because I'll leave your ass in the Upper Peninsula, and I'll head down to South Florida where all the rich people are. A lot of rich guys down here too, Pat Go. And what I can tell you is this, okay? Never marry for money. Why? Unless you're in a destitute situation that you have no other choice. The best part about living in a developed country is you can get your own money. Now, if you're in an undeveloped country, then yes, sometimes you got to marry an American or someone else. I understand the game, but see if you can get a work visa, okay? Because you may be better off. Okay? I don't know. Everyone's got to figure it out for themselves. Let's take a hydration break. Let's go to all live comments. Adam, I see you. Everyone, I see you. Damn, I didn't want to go live again. But damn, I've been on here for 23 minutes. I'm providing entertainment. I'm giving regular videos. I'm doing the live feeds. I'm reading the comments. I'm responding. My channel is a manicured lawn. Okay. And what I can tell you is that some people, their mind and their life is weeds. Okay. And they're smoking weed. Weed is a downer. Weed smells like basically a little bit better than cigarettes, but you still smell like an unemployed person or an underemployed person. Guys, the smell of weed, okay, is the smell of an underachiever. I hate to say it. I mean, I used to smoke weed, guys. It's okay when you're under 25. But guys, when you're above 25, if I smell weed on you, and if you're not like going through, God forbid, chemotherapy and using it as like a therapeutic, if you're just like smoking weed as part of your normal routine, I don't care. I don't care if it's legal. It is the most underachieving drug out there, guys. Okay, it's like I smell underachievement, guys. It's like fucking unbelievable. All right, let's stay positive. We got an let's stay positive. All right, let's stay positive. Let's stay positive. Right. I ran out of water. All right, let's stay positive. I got to charge my stuff. My battery's going dead. All right, we'll stay positive tonight. Stay with me, guys and girls. Stay with me. All right. Damn, what happened to my Wi-Fi's out? Damn it, everything's out tonight. Yeah, I didn't even turn it on. All right, I gotta go to my phone. Thank you again, Mark, Robert, Jack, Amar, and Hal. Love to you again. Great to see you guys. Adam, are you thinking about going back up north for a little bit soon? Yeah, in September, definitely. No matter what, look, my mom be 74. She's got diabetes, overweight. So every year I'm going to make it a priority to see her for at least 2 weeks. Why? Because, I understand time, I understand life. So I want to be able to spend that quality time. At the max, I'll spend 2 months. I'll go from September, after Labor Day, from September to end of October. So minimum 2 weeks, maximum 2 months. So as long as my mom's alive, I'll do that every year. Why? Again, quality time. It just makes sense. And I enjoy some fall weather. I don't know if I want to do 2 months this year. We'll see. But that's kind of my plan. Thank you again, everyone. Robert and Cartoon Mark. I love you, Mark. Praying for you. Stay positive. Adam, had a positive day. Love to hear it. Usually this is my worst route day. But I had a record day. Awesome. Sold over 1,500 in sales. Adam, you don't smell like weed to me. You smell like the money bag. One love. Back go. Hey, Sam. Nothing better than seeing a barn cat sprint through the grass. Pat Go, I don't know if you're smoking weed, okay? I love you, Pat Go. You got a great sense of humor. But for me, there's nothing better than seeing an Asian MILF, a Latino MILF, every type of MILF you want to see. Getting money, paying no state income tax, being in the South Florida beaches, okay? To me, that's magical. Watching a cat run through the grass field? I don't know how magical, but teach their own. I love you, Pat Go. Never forget it. Jack, I love you, brother. Keep staying fired up. Gotta have passion. Not easy sometimes, especially as we get older. Thank you, Pat. Squirrels make everything better. Well, I ain't gonna lie about that. I do like to feed the squirrels the peanuts. I gotta buy a new can of unsalted peanuts tomorrow. So I got to do that because I ran out of peanuts. I got to get them. I ran out of stimulus. I got to buy more stimulus. Pat, smack a grizzly with a flip-flop. Yeah, but make sure you have your bear spray. Pat, leave marijuana brownies for the grizzly bears to eat. Well, that'll put them to sleep. That's actually a pretty smart strategic move. ESP laughing. I smell underachievement. Hey, guys. Someone put a cigarette emoji in a live feed. Why? Because they don't got the weed emoji. Because they just, they're not at that point. I mean, even them, they're like, it's legal, but should we really promote it? It's like very underachieving. That's true. Pat Go, underachievement with a grin. Guys, I smoke. Again, if you're under 25, it doesn't apply to you. Why? Because I think that's part of immaturity and growing up in life. I did it. But if you're over 25 and you're smoking weed and you're in a strip club and you're dating a girl that has leopard skin clothing and you have an elevated pickup truck and you still have a poster of Scarface and... Guys, I can go on and on and on. Guys, time to mature. Time to create a new normal. Because what I can tell you is you're no longer the cool kid. At 35 smoking weed, you're no longer like cool and fun. You're like way underachieving. You say, who are you to tell me anything? You're in a car. That's true, guys. But hey, guys, look, this is also a side business. So is marijuana. So what I can tell you is this, guys. It's true, though. I can't judge it. So, that's a fair point. So I will step back even at the mix of making another joke. I can't judge it, but I want to tell you straight up, look, we can play like this back and forth game. Like, well, you can't judge me because you do this. And that's true. But all I can tell you is be honest with yourself. Okay. If you know that, you got holes in your shirt because you're burning your ashes, you tried to eat edibles, but then you ate too much edibles. Then you had too much sugar and you got basically so high. I had a friend. He went to Denver on a business trip. I'm not going to say the name. He went to Denver on a business trip like 2 years ago. This is in Denver. In Denver, it's like legal to have, edible weed and weed. So that was like, oh yeah, we're on this trip and stuff. We're in a hotel. You know what everyone does when they go on a business trip? They go to a hotel, they watch free porn, they eat brownie weed. So he got a bunch of like brownie weed. So he didn't know, I don't think they tell you how much to eat or whatever. But he ate like the whole brownie or 2 brownies. And you're only supposed to eat like a quarter of it. He got so damn high. This is a very smart guy. He got so high, guys, he almost had to go to the hospital. And he was shot for like a day or two. Totally underachieved. This guy's a very above average. This guy's a high achiever. Very high achiever. So if he ate those edible brownies every day laced with weed, this guy would be a very much underachiever. Ghostface Killer from the Wu-Tang Clan. He said he stopped smoking weed because he was forgetting his rap lyrics. Guys, you know, okay, when Ghostface Killer tells you that weed makes you dumb, I don't care. I don't care, guys, if it is legal. It ain't wise, okay? I mean, let's be honest. I mean, yeah, I'm living in my car, guys. It's legal, okay? But I'm saving money. It's like, why do you smoke weed? Like, you can say, well, yeah, I'm living in my car to be flexible, to travel, to explore, to save money, to figure out where I want to live or whatever. To me, that's rational logic. Smoke weed to watch a movie, to laugh, to veg out. To me, guys, I mean, I just broke down the science. I mean, it don't make sense. Like, where's the upside? There's no upside, Now, I will say this. If you're a psychopath and smoking weed keeps you from slashing your neighbor's tires, then, guys, light up the ganja, okay? Because I know some psychopaths, guys. Give them that ganja. Feed them, guys. You want them high, okay? Because they'll fuck around. They're just psychos. I mean, So, I understand, but I know this one person, I'm going to tell you, I'm not going to say a name. I know this one person, the doctor said, because this person's already on disability, they already take a lot of drugs, and they mix it with alcohol. They're not supposed to do that. But that's all right. So the doctor said, look, maybe you should smoke weed instead of doing alcohol. Because alcohol and weed have similar properties, meaning that they're both downers. Alcohol takes the edge off, it brings you down, and weed brings you down. For the most part. There's raging alcoholics, but for the most part. So he was like, well, maybe the doctor told this disabled person, maybe it'd be better smoking weed instead of drinking alcohol. Because when they drink alcohol, even though they eventually go to bed, they get wild, okay? They get wild. And so, he's like, maybe you should just, smoke a blunt and go to bed. And so, but what I can tell you is this, guys. I got no idea what's going on in the world. But I find it very interesting that people are willing to, like, drink alcohol and not get a vaccine. Like, it's already science. It's fact. Alcohol destroys your liver. Smoking destroys your lungs. Like, to me, it's like, you got to be honest. Like, like, guys, the vaccine may kill everyone. But it's like, you're already killing yourself. What does it matter? Like, fuck it. It's like, I'm just playing. All right, let's tip us. We got off track. Twister, what's up, man? Twister, you hang in there, brother. You're a fighter. I love you. ESP, light the ganja. Good job with the cigarette emoji. Pat go. Oh, that's the weed emoji. Good job. I don't like poison ivy. Right here, Sean. Sam, have you been to any places understaffed because of not having enough people? Not recently, and definitely not in South Florida. Why? Two reasons. One is South Florida has a bustling economy where and it stayed open most of the time, and the unemployment benefits are not that high, and I think they even rescinded the extended early. So you have an environment in South Florida, not in Okeechobee, not in Ocala, in Southeast Florida where most of the money is, okay? It's a vibrant economy, okay? In a vibrant economy, you're not going to see a Dollar Tree in the middle of New Mexico that they're closed for the afternoon because they can't find any workers. You're not going to see a McDonald's that's in, like, Southwest New Jersey. It says, oh, we can't find staff. When you're in the big money, either strong middle class or whatever, you're not going to find that because there's energy. There's a culture. There's a vibe that we get money, okay? And there's always some stragglers. But if you're in destitute land, if you're in the middle of the country or a very bad neighborhood sometimes, there's also a culture. There's also energy. Do less. Smoke more, whatever. And that's the fact. So I haven't seen it because I'm kind of not hanging out in the, not in the underachievement zone. I'm in the higher achiever zone. I mean, I hate to say it. So, yeah. So, did I smell weed the other day, though. Someone was at the beach smoking weed. So I still see it, but I tend to, I haven't seen any place where there's like, like there's like, oh my God, we're closed early because we're understaffed. Not where I'm at, but I have heard some reports of that. ESP. See, in Alaska, I guarantee they probably got, because Alaska, like, there's not much motivation, but I don't know. ESP. I'm totally for people having freedom to do what they want. Yeah, I'm glad weed's legal. If it doesn't hurt anyone, I agree. I'm glad it's legal. I think it's better off legal. Why? Because one is people aren't getting locked up for selling weed. Two is you don't have to go to a bad neighborhood to buy weed. So to me, it's a win-win. And look, guys, I mean, yeah. The only thing is, long term, does it? I don't think long term it hurts society because I think there's a certain percentage of people that are always going to be on that underachiever tip. What percentage is that? I would say about 5% of society. What's 5% of 300 million? Well, 10% of 300 million is 30 million. So divide that in half. So about 15 million. So I would say anywhere between 10 to 15 million Americans are underachievers. And 11 Americans are behind on rent. So that all lines up. So there's always going to be a 5% of people that are underachievers. And there's always going to be a 5% of people that are above achievers. And there's most people in the middle. Okay. That's the way school is. Remember, Chris Rock said that. Chris Rock had a stand-up act where he said he's been to public schools, to private schools, to all white schools, to all black schools. He said the one thing that he learned because he went to all these different places, he said was that the breakdown is you got a small percentage of people that are totally underperformers, small percent that are high, most people are in the middle. And that's the science of life. So, I don't think you ever change that, whether weed's legal, alcohol's legal, whatever. Timothy, what's up, man? Great to see you, brother. Keep doing that self-care. Try to eat as best you can. Try to move your body. I know it's not easy when you got a wad ass, and I've been there, and I still am there. I got a wad ass myself. But I'm eating a little bit less calories. I feel a little lighter on my feet. Feels good. Love to you, brother. Pat, laughing his ass off. Pat, you high? Pat, what's it matter? Pat's high as fuck. I ain't mad at you. Pat, I didn't know it was poison ivy. That was cannabis emoji. Yep, that's what happens when you high. You start smoking poison ivy. I remember being at my friend's house in high school, and after school, we went to his house, and his mom had like this plant. It wasn't weed. It was like a regular plant. We couldn't find weed at the weed spot. We took the regular plant, and we rolled it in a blunt. Did we get high? No. Did we burn our throat? Yes. So, guys, I've lived that life. Timothy, 4 out of 5 dentists choose Trident gum. That's funny. I have always wanted to party with that 5th dentist. Well, it's true. Dentists love hard candy. Even me, I watch the hard candy, and I don't eat popcorn anymore. I love popcorn. Why? Because I was chipping my tooth on the kernels. So if you can stay away from popcorn or hard candy, you're going to stay away from a lot of unnecessary dental work. That's true. Dentists make a lot of money. But dentists, lawyers, guys, I don't know. They're bad. Like, I've known a couple. There's a little bit. I don't know. It's like, I don't know, man. Look, you make a lot of money, man. You make a lot of money, but the energy's different. They're high achievers. It's like, but not just high achievers. When you're in that algorithm of being a dentist, a doctor, or a lawyer, there's this hierarchy of life. And you should never feel guilty for being a high achiever. The world needs doctors, dentists, lawyers, etc. So I would never shame anyone. But I also feel, and not all, because I've met great ones. I don't know, not all. But like I said, one thing about being in ultra-rich neighborhoods is the energy's too stuffy. One thing about being in bad neighborhoods, the energy's always suspect. You always got to watch your back. You want to be in like this middle, not middle, I don't want to say middle class per se, because I like a little bit more than upper middle, but almost like in a resort area where people are on vacation, you don't really know anyone, but it's a little bit higher end. That's to me why South Florida, because I don't know, man. Like when I was in my gated community, I remember this one, but I got along with her great, man. This one lady, she was a dentist. Her husband, I don't know what he was, they had a lot of money, and they were snowbirds, and we were cool though. But I remember that's when Obamacare came out. They hated Obamacare. I said, why you hate Obamacare? Because they making a fucking grip. That's why they're like, well, we don't want our prices being regulated. They had a lot of money. They didn't want that money. They didn't want that money back. Guys, so I don't know, man. Everyone's got to hustle, man. Everyone's got to hustle. Amar, when in pain, you'll do anything. No, that's true. Most self-care will mitigate that. Yeah, guys, look, again, if you're in pain, then what's the pain from? Again, like smoking weed, look, some pain needs to be medicated. Most needs to be self-cared and disciplined. Because again, there's extreme circumstances, chemo, or you're really sick, or there's some issues. I'm all for it. But if you're just going through the regular pain of life, because life has regular pain, and if you're not doing self-care and you're going right to supplements and weed and whatever, it's negative because it actually makes your life harder with more pain. Now your body's ingesting more toxins, or you're taking a supplement instead of eating right. Now instead of going for a walk, you're taking a nap or whatever. It's like, guys, one decision leads to another. All I know is I need a level of normal. I'm a little bit too far on this extreme minimalistic kick. However, I don't want to be normal. I don't want to go back to this normal 1,000 square foot, 2,000 square foot house. And society doesn't make it easy to be abnormal, but it's still a blessing to be in society. Especially a year ago, couldn't do what I'm doing now, or it's harder. So all I know is the kids are going back to school. The interest rates will go up. The inventories levels will increase. And I will decide how normal I want to make my life. Part of my attraction to my channel is I'm living a very abnormal life. So that's why a lot of MILFs want to get with me. They think I'm going to be more exciting than their husband. And I'm not going to lie about it, guys. I got good energy. I probably will be. But our relationship will end up normal. Why? Because every relationship is normal. Unless I do some crazy shit. And I'm not doing no crazy shit. I'm not gonna go live every night and entertain you. And guys, no one wants you to be an entertainer in their house. What do people want? People want their own space, and they only want to be bothered when they want to be bothered. That's it. That's what people want. Okay. People want their own space, and they only want engagement when they want it. Okay. So, what do I want? My own space, enough money to be financially independent, my health, live by the beach, and try to make it through this world as peaceful as possible. That's it. Back live comments. Twister, I got into smoking weed for my Crohn's disease pain. It helped with inflammation, but I literally had to be high 24/7. Yeah, now your body's dependent on that to numb the pain. It was destroying my life. Yep. So I decided to just deal with my pain without it. Well, thank you for sharing. That's a unique story. Thank you for sharing this. Twister says, that was months ago. I found if I just do self-care, minimize stress, I can manage pain greatly. I want to tell all you lazy psychopaths, if you can't show some respect to my man Twister and put a hand clap emoji in this damn live feed, you're like Charlemagne from the Breakfast Club. And I'm over here, even though Birdman was reckless, I'm telling you, put some respect on Twister's name. Okay. Because this guy just shared with you what your therapist will never share. That self-care is the answer to a certain extent. There's exceptions, guys. Come on, don't get excited. But start with self-care, end with self-care, and then look after that. Look, I'm not a big Trumper, but one thing I got to admit, I still got to say what I agree if he says something right. Guys, the cure can't be worse than a disease. Okay. I agree with that philosophy overall. Hey, guys, I got quality. So you have to learn to navigate through the pain. Yeah, maybe you got to have some mitigation of risk. You got to do some lockdowns, but you can't do everything extreme, right? You got to have some flow. So that's where I agree. Okay. And you always got to think about that in life. Remember, guys, you can learn from anyone. You can learn from a guy in your all-night gas station. You can learn from someone you disagree with, someone you hate. You can learn from your ex that may have destroyed your life. I thought about that today. There's one girl that I was with that ended in a disaster. I learned a lot from her. Okay? And I thought about that, man. I was even thinking about making a video about what you learned from your ex or something. But never begrudge learning something from anyone. Okay. Good job. And on Twister's comment, we're going to end this live feed. Why? Because he just dropped the mic on himself. And always leave room to change your mind. Whatever you do now, you can change. You can adapt. So there's always a new normal. Twister may have a new normal. I may have a new normal. You cannot lock yourself into one way of life because life is like a river. Time is like a river. You can never touch the same spot twice. But you can bank on everyone's getting ready to come home from their summer vacation. They're undersatisfied because they're back to their normal life. Their kids are going back to school, which a lot of people are satisfied about that. And so am I. And there will be some level of seasonal normalcy. With that being said, I hope my car starts. You guys want me to see if my car starts before I shut this live feed down? A little extra entertainment. Let's see, guys. 1, 2, 3. Oh, it started. I'm going to do a battery change tomorrow, and I may do a video about it uploaded sometime this week. Why? Because every time now that I'm faced with an obstacle, I say, well, here's content, okay? Even though some of this content, sometimes I don't want to share some of it, but I think long-term it's good to share it as best I can. That being said, thank you again, everyone. You've been very gracious. Mark, I love you. All my members, I love you. Jack, thank you. Robert, thank you. Twister, thank you. Amar, Hal, ESP, Adam, Pago, Timothy, man, you keep taking care of yourself, Timothy. I was thinking about you today too with the health. I know it's not easy, but try to eat healthy. Again, I think a big part of eating healthy and being healthy is sleep, because when you don't take a nap and when you're active all day, just don't sit for more than 45 minutes. So if you're out of your chair every 45 minutes, it's like if you work at home, walk on a treadmill and do something. It's like, whatever. Or if you're working wherever, even in the office. Guys, when I was working in the office, when I was getting my health together, every hour I would take like a 10-minute break or something. I would go walk around the office. Why? Because, guys, one is science shows that you're more productive. Two is, guys, you got to take care of yourself. Okay? You got to keep your blood flowing. You got to keep your mind off the snacks. You got to keep your mind off the weed. You got to keep your mind off your ex. You got to keep your mind off overbuying. You got to discipline your mind. Your mind is a terrible thing to waste. Never forget it. Okay. So I don't know if anyone's listening. I can't believe 72 people still watching. 48 thumbs up. What I want to tell you is I can't believe how many nights I go live. And one thing now that I'm really getting excited about is that YouTube is now that I'm into my 4th year. Now it's not just the fun. Now it was never just fun. I mean, it's always work because you got to do something, do it consistently. Anytime you got to do something and do it consistently, it's work, even if it's sex. Okay. But now it's like, look, it's like a job, right? They say most people leave their job after 4.5 years in today's society because they get bored. But the grass isn't always greener on the other side. I agree with that. You got to do the research, especially if you got it good. Be thankful for your job. But everyone do their thing. But now I get excited. Like I was excited. So like, I'm getting tired of doing this video, that video. But I'm excited that all my hard work is paid off. And I envision myself like crossing 100K, crossing $4,000 a month and fucking revenue. And when I fucking do, I'm fucking throwing a fucking computer out of a window. And I'm going to say, don't fucking tell me it was easy. Don't fucking tell me it was easy. Okay? Because I fucking kept uploading. I worked for every fucking bit of it. With the grace of God, too. And your support. But I want to tell you, I was getting so fired. And that's what made me want to keep... I don't want to go live, but I'm going live. Momentum builds on momentum. Laziness builds on laziness. Okay? Because guess what you go do? You take a nap. Then you wake up. You want to have a snack. They ain't gonna smoke some weed. They ain't gonna watch a movie. They ain't gonna do this. They ain't gonna do that. They ain't gonna do this. They ain't gonna do that. And you ain't do shit. What am I gonna do? I'm gonna get to the all-night gym, take a shower, wake up tomorrow and do it all over again. And one day I'm gonna find possibly the right home base that fits me. And even if I don't, I have a structure in my day for productivity, for creativity, for self-care, and for straight up doing shit I don't even want to do. Why? Because that's the normal way to be successful. The normal way of life is And I don't know, like most people are doing shit, right? I think most people do something. 5% of society don't do shit. 5% of society live off uh, everyone else doing shit. And most of society is doing stuff. They're just doing the wrong things with the wrong people. So that's how I tell you, get the fuck out that house, get out that relationship, get out that state. Find yourself. Find yourself. Ultimate Warrior used to say, if you don't know where to start, go outside, go for a walk until you find yourself. Guys, if you're fat too, go for a walk at night. No one's going to see your fat ass. Okay. See, but I had the opposite philosophy. I went for a walk at night, but I also went for a walk during the day with some neon green leggings, and I'm not gay. Okay. And I had a wide ass, fat wide ass. And I know people were looking at my fat wide ass like, look at this fat bastard walking. But I want to tell you, after 2 years of walking, and I lost almost 200 pounds, my neighbors would stop me. I remember this one Indian neighbor stopped me. It was his son. I knew his son, but I didn't know his father. His father didn't speak English. And he pulled over, and I was like, can I help you or whatever? Because I didn't really know him like that, but I seen the son around. And the son was like, hey, Sam, my father just wanted me to stop. I never met his father. He was like, and then his father started talking like Indian. I don't know what dialect, because I know India got different dialects. So he started talking like an Indian shit. So I'm waiting for the interpreter to tell me what he would say. So he's like, my father just wanted me to stop because he wanted to say that he's been seeing you walk every day for over a year, and it's inspiring him to walk or want to walk. What's the message? The message is, when you go for a walk every day, your neighbors, your strangers, they see you. And some of them are laughing, but some of them are getting inspired. When you upload every day, some of them are hating, but some of them are getting inspired. See, when your normal pattern of life is, I don't give a fuck if they're going to laugh, I don't give a fuck if they're going to troll, I'm doing what I got to do. When you have that mindset, guys, yes, you still have to pray when you start your car that the battery's not dead. But you've also put in the work with your faith. So you know, even if the battery is dead, you're not destitute because you've done the work. Oh, I want to thank you, Lord. Someone said to me the other day, I blocked him as soon as he said it. He said, yeah, look, I like your videos, but enough with referencing the Bible. It's nonsense. I looked on his channel, cartoons, like totally like gossip shit, and totally like dummy land, underachiever land. And I said, look, put away the cartoons, put away the video games. It's totally nonsense. You're a fucking adult male. Okay. Guys, you guys watch me, you guys know I'm not ultra religious anymore. I was a little bit, but I matured past it. And I tell you, shout out to any religion, shout out to the atheists. If some lazy video gamer who's smoking weed, underachieving his ass off, wants to come on this overachiever's channel, you getting blocked. Now, I'm probably going to get another death threat. But what I can tell you is this. Never allow an underachiever to have a space in your life. Because that weed scent, you're gonna get contact high. You're gonna get high off their secondhand contact high. Like when someone smokes weed, they come in the spot, they smell like weed, and now you got high off contact. When someone comes on my channel with their underachieving comments, I'm like, oh my God, like, it fucking makes you nuts. It's like, oh my God, I'm getting high off the ignorance, And what I want to tell you tonight, as this overachiever YouTube, by the grace of God and through her work, guys, I've overachieved. Most people will never get 1,000 subs. Then most people are not going to get above 5. Most people not going to upload every day. I got critics with less subscribers, less views. Why? They want my lifeblood. They want to get high off this overachieving. Okay. I understand. I've been on both sides of the coin. But what I want to tell you tonight, guys, David, what's up, brother? Is that there's always someone doing better than you. There's always someone doing worse than you. I'm not in a competition with anyone. There's a lot of people doing better, a lot of people doing worse. I would say I'm doing above average. But how can you be doing above average living in your car? Well, one is, again, I define it, but two is, look, the money bag's right, the hustle's right, the main job's right. Could everything change tomorrow? Yeah, I've already been down that algorithm where I'm not too prideful to say, look, tomorrow could be anything. But I can tell you this, if I go down, it's going to be going down doing positive, healthy, productive things. I'm not going to go down because I sat home smoking weed waiting for unemployment to run out. Okay, I've been down that road, and it's a destitute road. Okay? It's a destitute road. But I want to tell you guys, I've seen a lot of people, they say, you know what, I'm not going to be destitute anymore. They're out there, they're starting their new jobs, they're getting trained, they're getting hired. We're going back to normal. Okay? The new normal is, guys, you're making $15 an hour, but with inflation, you're right back to making $10 an hour. So remember, guys, minimum wage always going to be minimum wage. Okay? And to get above minimum wage, you got to show up at your job every day for 2 years. And then you'll be the person who hires someone else, and you'll be making above $20 an hour, adjusted for inflation. Back to live comments because I missed a few. Timothy, thanks. I love you, brother. I'm praying for you every day. You got what it takes. Remember, when you're totally in doubt, you take your fat ass outside. You let everyone laugh at you. Okay. Timothy, you know what I want you to do tomorrow, brother? I want you to go outside with a Speedo on, man. Okay. And I want you to go for a 5-mile walk, okay, with no shirt and a Speedo. And I don't want you to put I don't want to put like the earbuds, like the sexy air. I want you to get a Sony Walkman. I want you to go on eBay. And I want you to buy a Sony Walkman that's got a wire with a regular cassette tape. And I want you to put that clip it on your Speedo. They got a little clip on it. So I clip it on your Speedo and put a Sony Walkman on your head. I want you to look like a complete psychopath. Why? Well, actually, I don't want you to do that. You'll probably get tasered, okay? But I want to at least get you that mindset, okay? I don't want you to go that far. I mean, I don't, because I'll probably get you in trouble. But I want you to get intense. Okay, I love you, man. ESP, don't stop now. Soon you'll be making Bob Wells money. Damn, imagine me like Bob Wells. I got a personal assistant that lives in a Prius. Okay. I got an LLC, a nonprofit. I donate to my own nonprofit for a tax write-off. Then I have my board members give me a salary that's above average. Then I build a minivan for a destitute person that should be seeing a social worker instead of me. Then, guys, I just do quotes of the day. What's today's quote of the day? Hey, guys, when you're a capitalist but act like you're a socialist. Guys, I had a socialist. I still love Marin. You know I love you, but let's be honest. Marin and her husband, they're living Seminole Island, I think, very rich area on the west coast of Florida. They're very much socialist, but they're very much capitalist. They sell RVs for like 30% profit margin, okay? They trade stocks. Guys, they're capitalists. I'm a capitalist. Okay? So Bob Wells, a capitalist. That guy, guys, Bob Wells created like 2 companies. He incorporated everything, so he mitigated his liabilities. Okay, he hired an assistant. Now, yeah, he's giving away a minivan. Now, yeah, guys, Oprah gave away cars. I mean, yeah, come on. Okay. So, look, guys, am I going to give away shit? I'm not giving away nothing, man. Because free giveaways are a total scam. The Federal Reserve and a social worker help the destitute. If I'm going to give away something, I damn sure ain't going to do a video about it. Why? Because why give away your blessing? If you're going to give someone something, give it on the low. Slide that shit. But even that, like, after giving away shit, you kind of realize, well, I don't know. I still give, but it's very intermittently because not because I want someone to do something with someone. Because if you're gonna give, you have to give, like, let them do whatever they want with it, and that's how I give, and I don't even want to know what people do with this shit. All right, let's take this. ESP, you're my assistant, but I'm gonna pay you a good salary. We're gonna be making a lot of money. David, what's up, brother? I love you. Sam, I smoke weed. But it doesn't stop me from going to the gym, good, or working, good. It is a distraction, though, in one way or another. Not good. David, I love you, and you've shown me that you have above average potential. And I'm not going to say weed may not help you in some way. And I'm not going to tell you to get totally off it. I don't know you. I don't know all your health issues and your mindset. But I know this. You're a fighter. You're not a quitter. You're not entitled. You take accountability for your life. So I can only imagine the level of achievement you would have if you stopped smoking weed and you went to the gym a second time. If you stopped smoking weed and you took that energy and you did a second job, you'd be an overachiever. See, guys, you know what I do with my extra time, my extra money? Is I do something productive. Guys, I could take a nap. I got plenty of time. I don't have to take care of a house. Okay. Guys, I could smoke weed and still go. See, what do you do with the extra energy? Don't take the edge off. Let the edge make you extra productive, high achiever. Guys, we may not ever be in the 1%, but fuck it. Squeeze the last bit out of the toothpaste. Get the most out of your life. David, you're a smart guy. You got a great attitude, man, and you proved it. You proved it. Okay, so you ain't got to sell me on you. Now, you just got to figure out how to manage your energy because weed drains your energy. Weed is a downer. And now I know without the downer, your mind is like hyperactive. But when you have ADD or your mind's hyperactive, put that energy into something productive and positive. Why? Because that's how you overachieve. Guys, if I didn't have a higher level of energy, that higher level of energy comes because there's no toxins, okay? And there's no I'm not, guys, I'm not smoking, I'm not drinking, I'm not taking naps. That's where the energy comes from. And I pour it into doing things that are productive, positive, and healthy. And it's helped my money bag, it's helped my life, and it's part of life. Love to you. Twist up. God bless you, Sam. God bless you. D, what's up, D? Hey, twist up. How's everything going? He left a great comment, D. How are you doing? D, hey, Sam, people. I love you, D. D, we love you. We're praying for your leg. Twista. Hello, D. It's going well. Just one day at a time. I love that. If you got through today and you didn't day trade, if you didn't want to day trade, it's good. If you wanted to day trade and you made money, I'm not mad at you. I'm happy for you. If you got through the day and you didn't do drugs, that's good. I probably don't want you to do drugs no matter what. But if you do drugs, I don't judge you. I'm not mad at you. I got love for it because I understand how life is and I understand how hard addiction is. I got love for everyone. But I want to tell you, I believe in this philosophy. If you're trying, if you want to get away from something that's toxic, and if you want to keep your sanity, if you want to get through another day, if you want to get closer to a normal economy, we're one day closer. If you hate life, but you got through another day without doing any hateful shit, you're one day closer to death. So, hey, guys, we're getting there. Okay. We got through the day. Thank you, everyone. I have gratitude in my heart, no entitlement. Watch that Beanie Siegel Drink Champs interview where Beanie Siegel, here's a guy, this guy totally matured, man. He was even saying in the interview, man, like where he fucked up was he felt entitled. Look, watch that Beanie Siegel interview with Noriega on Drink Champs, man. It's fire. That guy matured, man. And that's a guy like you would think, like, guys, if you live old enough and if you put enough work in, you can mature. D, we have, Sam. Love to you. Thank you, D.